South African Human Rights Commission is taking Operation Dudula March and March members as well as its leaders to court this coming Friday regarding the barring of the illegal immigrants from accessing their health care in South Africa. Dumela Kazi, welcome back to the Cafe. If you are new here, welcome. And if you are returning, thank you so much for gracing us with your presence. I am back. If you didn't know, I went for a oral surgery, and so last week, the whole week, I did not do any videos. I think I only posted one video that was the same day that I had my surgery, and I had to heal throughout the week. I am still healing. I am not fully healed. I still have stitches in my mouth, so if I am speaking in a funny way, please do forgive me. Make sure that you subscribe, like this video, and also please do comment down below with your own thoughts. Let's get into this video. So I'm going to quickly play you a video where Jacinta is telling you about them going to court for to appear regarding this whole South African Human Rights Commission. And on this video, she says that the appearance is on Tuesday, but she later came today, as I'm doing this video, to say that they moved the appearance to Friday. So I will play a snippet of that one as well, so that we can get into speed before I can get into the main issue with regards to South African Human Rights Commission, because I've got a very big issue, and I know a lot of you on this channel do have a big issue with South African Human Rights Commission. But without wasting any more time, let's get straight into this clip.
Hi everyone. So the Human Rights Commission has taken me to court in my personal capacity, taken our lawyer to court, taken March and March to court, and some of our members, as well as Operation Dudula. And they have cited us as respondents because they are saying that the police need to arrest us for stopping illegal immigrants in hospitals who are here for all kinds of reasons besides emergency health care. And ideally the South African Human Rights Commission, that's supposed to be protecting our right to life and making sure that the law is being upheld, is the very same commission that is now wanting to aid and abet illegal immigrants in the country instead of making provision for them to be deported and taken back to their countries of origin. So we're calling on all of you South Africans who are available on Tuesday to please join us at the Durban High Court. That's where we're going to be appearing. And we want to make our voices heard. We've been saying, we've been crying, we've been going on all platforms trying to be heard. The country can no longer take care of all these illegal immigrants. None of our resources are capable or are even budgeted for so many people who are not South African citizens. Sanmanan guys, thank you so much for sharing the previous video about us appearing in court tomorrow, which is Tuesday, at 9 a.m. I know a lot of you had heard that ngizwile ukuthi sobe senkantolo ngolesibili ngo-9 ekseni. However, the South African Human Rights Commission had requested for Tuesday, but ijaji lasgranta on Friday. So it's Friday that we're going to be appearing in court, and we ask all of you to please, if you're available, make time out. I do apologize to those who had taken leave, no gunye, but I ask you to please, if you're available on Friday, please make your way to the Durban High Court. And please kindly make your voices heard.
So that is the video that she did regarding this whole thing, and please do go and support them if you are around the area in KZN, and if you can't, make sure that you make noise online, as I am doing my part as well over here. So I would like to say, yes, we have established that the South African Human Rights Commission is not for South Africans, but it is for foreigners or immigrants, particularly the illegal immigrants in South Africa, because each and every single time when South Africans have to say something regarding the illegal immigrants in the country or the influx of illegal immigrants in the country, they are labeled all sorts of names, and also they are always taken to court by these organizations such as South African Human Rights Commission. But when South Africans needs a lot of assistance from these organizations such as South African Human Rights Commissions, they are nowhere to be found. An example is what is happening in Kliptown. If you don't know Kliptown is a historic area, and I will just play this small clip for you just to make you aware what Kliptown is all about.
It's a place steeped in rich political history, where more than 3,000 South Africans gathered in what became known as the Congress of the People to sign and adopt the Freedom Charter in 1955, a document which expressed the hopes and dreams of oppressed South Africans.
So Kliptown as a historic area is one area that is having big issues of service delivery in South Africa. One of those issues is a very, very, very important service delivery, which is refusal, and such as toilets, if I may put it that way. Kliptown is still, a lot of residents of Kliptown, like many other in the whole country, they are still using the plastic chemical non-flush toilets that are very dangerous to each and every one who uses them. Very dangerous. They are just dangerous. Let me put it that way. They are dangerous for anyone who gets close to those toilets. And this caught the eyes of the Human Rights Commission back in 2019, or even before that. They knew about it, but obviously they had to say something back in 2019. But since then, there was nothing. Nothing was said. To put it clear for you, I'm gonna try to get into an article that was published on this year, the beginning of this year, actually, by Xolani Baloyi. Xolani Baloyi did publish something very small. I'm not gonna read everything. I'm just gonna pick there and there, but I will try to post the link so that you can go and read for yourself everything. It's not a big article. It's just a direct article that he made. I'm going to start here where it says chemical non-flush toilets really rely on a combination of chemicals to break down waste and control odor. That's clear. That's what we it's clear that when you say chemical, then you know that within that bucket or whatever system you put chemicals. That is a red flag by itself. Immediately you sit on it, you pick up all those chemicals with you. Not only that, these people, one toilet is catering for more than 20 people. So just imagine the infections that will go through there. Imagine the germs and every single thing. It's not safe at night. Also, people cannot go there because it's not safe. It's not safe everywhere in South Africa. So you cannot walk a kilometer away or 100 meters away without getting robbed or getting attacked, or a lot of things, heinous things that are happening in South Africa. So this is what the professor of the Professor Martin Onani, head of chemistry department at the University of the Western Cape. That's where I was chiseled a bit. He says, or warns of the potential health hazards associated with plastic chemical non-flush toilet. He actually goes on and say, direct or indirect exposure to toilet chemicals could potentially contribute to or exacerbate conditions like vaginal irritation, bacterial vaginosis, or urinary tract infection. The skin and mucous membrane in the vaginal area are highly permeable, allowing chemicals from toilet product to be absorbed into the bloodstreams, potentially causing systemic infection. That's what he explained. Tell me, why do we still have dangerous things like this in South Africa? And we have South African Human Rights Commission. Tell me, why do we have such things? Have you seen South African Human Rights Commission taking the government to court regarding this thing? Have you seen them doing that? There's a lot of things that I can count, but as we're focusing on this one, have you seen that? There's a story of a young lady here in her early 20s whereby she got sick when she was 9 years old. Since from then, she stopped using these toilets. She got sick and then she went to the clinic or to the hospital, and she was told that she has an infection. And also on top of that, these chemicals in those toilets burned her private parts. That's when she stopped using these chemical toilets. She was born and bred in Kliptown, and she still uses this. Someone who's at their early 20s, that means they were born during the 2000s. They were born now. It's not long time ago. It's not during apartheid. It's now. But they still were born in dire situations in this country. And we have South African Human Rights Commission who is busy taking Operation Dudula, who's trying to fight for us in this country. Who's trying to say, you know what, we've had enough and we've got limited resources. We can't share these resources because we are also struggling as a country. So let's go to the part where the human rights enters the chart. That's back in 2019, mind you. I'm going to read everything about human rights. It's not that much, but I'm going to read it all because obviously that's where the important things are going on. In August 2019, the South African Human Rights Commission, which is SAHRC, conducted a site inspection in Kliptown following residents' allegations of human rights violation. During the inspection, Buang Jones of the SAHRC stated, "What we have seen is sheer neglect, a sheer violation of constitutional responsibilities of ensuring that people live in dignity and enjoy basic socio-economic rights." Inspection revealed. These are the things that were revealed during their own inspections as their human rights. Grey water running in trenches along streets and yards, pooling in areas, creating health hazards and drowning risk for children. A lack of a proper sewer reticulations system, forcing residents to use insufficient chemical toilets and communal bucket toilet system, posing health risk. The Commission requested that the City of Johannesburg provides direct responses and a copy of Integrated Development Plan for Kliptown area, along with a report detailing the city's current progress and future plans for IDP implementation, including timelines. The communication between the Commission and the City of Johannesburg occurred in 2019. And attempts to get an update for the City of Johannesburg have been unsuccessful. So Xolani, who wrote this article, did not get any information afterwards. This article was released this year. If I'm not mistaken, it was in March. And since 2019, with the findings that the SAHRC found, there was nothing that was done. Already they knew that there's a violation of rights here. The government is violating the residents of Kliptown. But what did they do? They went and speak to the city of Johannesburg, and the city of Johannesburg did not deliver. What do? Nothing. They did nothing, absolutely nothing. The people of Kliptown are still living in that dire situation, in that dangerous situation, with the trenches running with grey water. Grey water is dirty, liquid water with shit, urination, and all things above. That's grey water. All the shit, they are living around it. There is no sewer system. It's not like they have a choice or they are blocking the pipes of the sewer system. There isn't. If there is, it's just for few portion of people, which I doubt. I highly doubt. But they did nothing, absolutely nothing. They went to the city and they did nothing afterwards. What are the steps that they're supposed to take? What are those steps that are they supposed to take if the city is not replying, or if the city is not living up to their actual promises? The next step is to take the city or the government to court. They have to lodge a court case, but they don't do it. But they are very fast to go and lodge a complaint in court regarding Operation Dudula. That was never harming anyone. They did not directly harm people. The people who are accessing these clinics and public clinics and hospitals coming from whatever countries, some of them, they just came to do that. They knew that they are pregnant. They crossed to South Africa just to give birth. Why are they not accessing these things in their homelands? And South African Human Rights Commission is like running, like they are crazy, going to the courts regarding South Africans. These are South Africans. These are their own grievances. And these things that are happening in Kliptown are one of the things that they are actually fighting for. The system that we have in South Africa cannot sustain us as South Africans. I cannot even imagine how it sustains the illegal immigrants, the influx in South Africa, while it cannot even sustain us as South Africans. Don't get me wrong, I do not hate people. I do not hate immigrants in South Africa. But the system that we have in South Africa is not for the influx that we've seen over the years now. The government is failing us. This organization that was built to actually build us as South Africans, to actually fight on behalf of us as South Africans, is against us. South African human rights is against us. And we all know why. Because obviously they also employ illegal immigrants. Such as this University of the Western Cape. This is not new for me. Martin Onani. I don't think this is a South African surname. Martin Onani, the head of chemistry in the University of the Western Cape. During my time at the University of the Western Cape, obviously, I would see a lot of foreigners who are lecturers and stuff like that. But yeah, maybe we have a shortage in that manner, because this is not about that. Maybe we have a shortage. I don't know for real. But things like this one, we've got a lot of people. For example, we would say Kliptown is made up of 50 South Africans, and we've got also 100 illegal immigrants living in Kliptown. If the government knows that we've got 50 people in Kliptown, and then they want to do the service delivery, they are going to do the service delivery for 100 people, forgetting that we've got illegal immigrants in the country. Even the system that they would put, the pipes and all of those things, are for those 100 people or 50 people. And if it is 100 people, that system is going to fail. That is what is happening in the clinics. The clinics are meant to cater for us, but now they are catering millions of other people, but then the system is not withstanding the pressure because there's too much pressure. But anyway, please do support the cause, support Operation Dudula, support March and March when they are taking the stand on Friday. Thank you so much for watching till this far. Don't forget, subscribe, like this video, also comment down below with your own thoughts. I'll see you on my next upload. Have a fantastic one. Peace.